Hello guys and welcome to another Deadly Premonition, a director's cut. This is part 16 and we are going straight into it. Please remember to subscribe and like the video, share them if you know anyone that might like them. Help support this channel, let's get this channel going. Okay, let's go. So we just had Diane killed.
Previously during the investigation.
That's all you need to know. Oh, and Nick's in custody apparently. I don't think he did it. But I ain't got a clue who did. Yay, the file wasn't corrupt again.
Zach, let's get back to
Every time it loads up, I have
Anna,
a brief second of
Becky.
joy.
Now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a
We
moment?
call me York.
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
He did it.
Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar. Of course,
Hell
you
yeah.
don't really have to.
I could use a drink.
A bar? Now that sounds like a good idea.
Now we're on the same wavelength.
Zach, what do you think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
Nah, it might be important. Let's go for a drink. As long as it doesn't take too long.
George, that scar on your cheek. Where did you get it?
This? Didn't I tell you? Well, it's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing? I used to get a
I
few
never used
scrapes
to climb
myself
trees as a
climbing
kid.
the big tree in our backyard. I used to climb it a lot. And fall out of it a lot.
And that's why.
This wasn't anything like that.
Who's
though.
that in the back?
It was my mother. She did it.
Ah, was she the one that used
I'm
to
sorry, George.
give him the marks on his back
Don't
as well?
worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims.
You are not allowed to smoke indoors.
I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud,
She
found reasons
sounds
to hit me.
lovely.
Hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches
There you go.
like a whip.
Please, Mama. I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama. I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry.
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just hearing those words used to make me shiver and want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you.
Of course.
And me, being a naive, dumb kid.
Oh, stop
I
lighting cigarettes, man. You've always got one in your hand,
went
look.
to the woods to apologize to the trees.
Chain smoker.
I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way?
It's a busy bar.
I thought long and hard about it. In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now, you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should
He, like,
thank my
takes just
mother
2
for
puffs of
guiding
a
me to this
cigarette.
line of work.
And then just puts it out. Oh no, he's still got it in his hand. Okay.
York.
Mars bar.
I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I?
Yes.
And if it weren't for me, both Becky and Diane would still be alive.
I wouldn't go that far.
I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink. But I guess this bar is my confession chamber, and I wanted you to listen. And to tell you, well, you must already hate me for causing all these problems, not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
Good.
George, you've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
Good. Now what? Do I just go? Oh, it was of course, yeah, she said she was a singer. I remember.
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane, too.
Bringer of good news.
We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
How does she know?
I know. Carol, you took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
Turn it the other way, she probably can't see it.
I'm busy, gotta go.
Well, she's suspicious. Nice strut. She's lip syncing. You're not convincing anyone, love. I should have just gone back to the hotel, shouldn't I? Actually, I probably need it. I probably need sleep. I need food. Probably nearing another shower. Actually, I do need some food. I'm starving. This is hardcore gaming. I could be completely wrong. I just want to mention this, just in case I'm lovely right. Is that looks like Anna's dress? Just saying. I'm sure there's more than one red dress in the world, but I know her mother was looking for the dress. Can I borrow that mic? This thing's crap, but it'll do. 3 weeks old now, this channel, guys. I had to buy the computer, had to buy the mic, the cameras, everything. Ugh. I eventually will get some better equipment. It works for now. Okay. I'd better get to eat, so yes, okay. Now, do I need to talk to you again? No. What's here? Save? Nah. Can I go? Obviously not. My brother is at the sheriff's department, isn't he? Poor guy, having to watch over Nick, who didn't even do anything. Oh, brother, yeah, her brother's only Thomas. What about you, George? Can we go, please?
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Emily?
Zach, Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Here we go. Drum roll, please.
Let's
Wow.
forget work for a bit
Hello,
and drink a
Emily.
little, shall we?
York, why is she here?
I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose.
Get loose.
Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So I'll see you guys.
Take care, Mr. George. He's not as hard-assed as we first thought he was. Alone with Emily.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past.
They did it.
Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school. But I never really considered him my type. And there's the age gap thing, too. I respect him, of course. I wouldn't have taken this job otherwise.
Is it just me, or is that guy that's sitting next to us look really creepy?
Town alone?
Of course not. I
not
came
gonna
with
show
my
you in that.
parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was hardly at home when I was a kid, always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step. We had our battles, sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
What the hell is it?
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
Uncomfortable much? This game just keeps teasing me food. See what I mean?
I had a good time tonight. Good night,
See you tomorrow.
Get out the rain, Emily.
York.
Yes.
Galaxy of Terror.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
Cigarette. Finished. He wastes cigarettes, doesn't he? Right, okay, so I'm going back to hotel, I imagine. Okay, guys, we have returned to the hotel. Probably get talked to death by Polly. Typewriter. Is it going to be one of these stupid, let's answer some questions?
Zach, let's go over our progress.
I hate it when I'm right.
From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim.
me.
The third victim, Diane. was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest.
Was it?
However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Multiple bodies, no murder weapon. It was right after the crime. What? That one. Why not?
That's right.
Hey!
Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed.
Oh, Becky was
Which
still
means
alive
the
as well.
criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
That would be Nick. No, you just said Nick. Yes, of course. Kaysen.
That's right. Kaysen. We followed Willie, good dog,
Good
all
doggy.
the way to him. Kaysen's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
A really cool dance track. Nah, footsteps.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Yes, we did.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
Honestly, 100% honest, I don't know.
Me too.
Good.
Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession, the man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer.
We don't seem to be getting
I hope
anywhere.
the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Oh, God off. Sod off with the coffee.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out?
I
I'm
thought it was very
surprised.
nice of him.
It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Someone's at the door. I was going to guess it was her as well.
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman.
And we had
Who
enough
was
hearts to
smiled so
hearts
brightly?
tonight.
Baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say
And-
that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
Here we go.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child. I was 7.
That's a lot of bottle of wine.
I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends. I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things. This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this.
Guess that makes you special, Emily.
I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that.
Yeah, don't mention it.
I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless, but not
Creepy
useless.
laugh.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Nah, she's dead.
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember our conversation with Emily? She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you. If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
He's weird.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please!
Echoey, 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 echoey.
Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it in here, Thomas. I think I'm going mad. I know you're there. Come on, please! Thomas! 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 Thomas!
Stop saying Thomas.
Thomas!
What the hell? I'm completely lost. Yeah, completely lost after that, guys. But that is the end of episode... Where are we now? It's 16, yes. God, 16 already. Okay, guys, well, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you tell other people. Let's get this channel off. And, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Stay cool. I'll see you later.